Good evening, I'm Dennis Browning. I am the Chair of the Board of Appeals on Zoning and call this meeting to order. And first order of business, we have the Secretary will take roll call.
Board Member Browning,
Here?
Board Member Copeland, Board Member Forbes. Here. Board Member Gale,
Here.
Board Member Nash, and Board Member Hammond.
Here.
Right, we have a quorum.
Oh, good. Board members, I need approval of the minutes from our March 1st, 2023 meeting.
I will make that motion.
Second.
Okay, is there any discussion? Any corrections? Being none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Board, I need approval of our agenda for tonight.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and supported. Approval of our agenda. Any corrections or deletions? Being none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Agenda is approved. We're now at new business. And if you'll give me a little patience here, I'll read what our new business, how this works. The function of this board is to provide zoning flexibility. The action of the board can be an interpretation, which involves an interpretation of the zoning code text or a zoning district boundary. We may also issue a variance, which is an appeal to vary from the strict application of the zoning code. The meeting is videotaped. It is important that only one person speak at a time and the audience observe respect for the speaker. When the appeal in which you are interested is called, please come forward to the podium and allow the board a moment to review the material, after which you may give your name and address to the secretary. After the appellant's presentation, anyone interested in the appeal may come forward. Give his or her name and address to the secretary. Please make your comments brief and to the point. Speakers shall not ask questions of specific board members. Each speaker is limited to 3 minutes and may only speak once. The board will discuss the appeal, vote, and continue to the next appeal. An affirmative vote of 2/3 of the board shall be necessary to decide in favor of an appeal. The action of the board is final. The only relief is through the court. Okay? That does it. Covered me? Okay. So, at this time, we're having a public hearing for J 23-1086, application for setback variance located at 106 South 19th Street. And we ask them to, the appellant, come forward. And so if you're here for if you are the appellant, you are, come up. I see that you filled out the appropriate forms to be here, so tell us what's up.
I've been staying in the neighborhood. Oh, my name is Jacquesh Richardson, y'all, I'm sorry. 106 South 19.
Okay.
And I've been staying in this neighborhood 54 years. I'm 54, just turned 54 Saturday. And
Happy birthday.
I'm familiar with this neighborhood. The house at 106, me and my wife, we just purchased the house a couple of years ago, and it was a mess, total mess. It was a nuisance to the neighborhood. We have a field that the railroad owned, and this house just housed all kind of rodents. I mean, anything you name, it was there in the field behind us. So everybody in our neighborhood take pride in their houses. Our house prior, it was 129 South 19. So we try to keep our neighborhood up. Me and my wife watched the house for a while, and we took interest in it and figured we would try to fix the neighborhood up to help build up everybody's property value. So we purchased the house, and the neighbor next door, I conversed with her on everything that I was doing, because she owned the 2 lots that sits behind it, and I have a large family. I got 5 boys and 1 girl, and I got 12 grandkids, and we needed the house a little bit bigger. That was another reason we purchased it, because it was a little bit bigger than 129. And it never was a problem with my neighbor until I guess till we started doing the siding on this addition. And it just became a problem. I was at work and she came over voicing herself to my wife, and I was trying to get an understanding, but I was unable to get an understanding with her. Then the city, you guys started showing up. So pretty much I built it. It's there. I got quite a bit of money invested in it. I have no complaints from no neighbors. I have people riding by the house just giving me complaints just from the neighborhood. Oh, you're doing a beautiful job with this house. And if any of you guys ever go to the African Culture Festival at Morley School, you would have seen the nuisance. It's just right smack there on the corner. It had these big giant bushes and trees all the way around the whole property. And I cleared all that out for my neighbor. Once she started complaining, she finally told me she wanted it all leveled out. And, you know, I did the best I could. I went and rented backhoes and the whole 9 yards, dug up all the trees, all the bushes, so everything is flattened out to the best of my ability. I'm not a landscaper, but I did the best I could to try to make her happy. She just left my house around 4 today and told me she wasn't coming, and she was happy with it. And
Okay,
that's where I'm at.
okay. Sounds good, thank you,
Yeah, you're welcome.
thank you.
Oh,
Do you do questions? We don't do,
No.
no, we don't do questions.
I don't have any questions.
Well,
We-
we're in
we
a
don't-
public
no, no,
hearing,
we're in
so we
public
need to have
hearing, so
other.
you can have a seat. Thank you.
all right.
And since we're in a public hearing, is there anyone else here that wants to speak, reference the thing? Please step up to the podium, yep. Step right up and give us your name and address for their secretary.
Kenneth Reynolds, the address is 2414 Lapeer Avenue.
Okay? And go ahead.
Okay, this house that he's speaking of is a beautiful home. He's done amazing work. For a person to me to do the work that this man has done, and for this lady to be bugging him, she should be happy. He got, like he said, he got a lot of money in this house. So much money is unbelievable. The house is gorgeous, inside and out. The guy worked hard. He's a hard worker. I know him because I live in the same neighborhood. He's a hard worker. He works hard. He does good work. I understand that she owns the 2 properties behind him, and she wanted to buy this one. That house was on the demolition list. So he ended up buying it from the city before she could get it. So I think it's all a matter that she's just upset that she couldn't get the land. That's why she's not here. She didn't show up. I think this guy's doing a great job. He's been in the house now. He's been working on it for 3 years. 3 years now. This makes his 3rd year. And he just moved in this year. So he's doing a great job. I don't have any complaints. He's doing a great job. Looks great. Beautiful. Beautiful. So they should be praising the guy because he's, and harvest times is, who has money? Who has money? Harvest times is.
Okay.
You know, but he's making it happen.
Okay,
But
Thank
that's
you.
all I have to say.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else to speak? Up, it's public, come on up.
All right.
Introduce yourself, address for us, please.
All right, I'm Adrian Richardson. I am Jock's wife. I live at 106 South 19th Street. And all I really want to say is that that house was just so beautiful back in the 80s. And I didn't grow up in the neighborhood like them too. They've been there all their life. But I used to go to it was the Black Art Festival then. I used to I was a little girl and I used to have my eyes fixed on this house, right? So I just, and then I married him, and I just kept my eye on it, and I seen this just going down. I said, Jock, I'm gonna get that house, and I'm gonna restore that house, and we did, and I love it, and I want to keep my addition, so I'm begging. So that's all I want to say.
Okay,
Thank
thank you. Is there anyone else to speak, reference the public hearing J 23-1086? Anyone else? Third and final time, is there anyone else that would like to speak during the public hearing? Being none, I need a motion to close the public hearing on J 23-0186. That's the application for a setback variance at 106 South 19th.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and second. Is there any further discussion on the motion? Being none, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The public hearing is closed. Okay. We're at the board member we need a motion to approve. There has to be a motion to approve and seconded. So,
Motion to approve.
And I'll second.
and you'll second? So there's motion to approve, it's been seconded. Now we can discuss. Now, any discussion? Any questions that need to be asked? Anything else? Go ahead.
Thanks. I would just point out that the issue today, with the neighbor, just to make sure that your permitting is in order, if you're planning on doing more renovations with the house, this process is, a lot of people go through it with variances and things like that. Maybe your neighbor would be willing to give or sell you that land behind. No, okay. Well, seems like you guys got a big family, so.
I think,
$5,000 for one.
We can't have discussion.
no, we can't go back and forth
Yeah.
with them. So-
So, the issue today on the permitting, this is the process, so you've got that in order, but, that's all I gotta say.
Any other discussion on it? Any other discussion? We'll vote on that, but at the same, do you have to give your reason for voting, either affirmative or in the negative? Is that correct?
Yep, and I would just confirm with staff whether or not they received any written.
I apologize. I did get a call from a person at 113 South 19th Street, Albert Cooper. He just called to tell me that he had no objection to it.
Okay.
Okay. And no other communications reference this one? Okay. Okay, so apparently at this point, we're gonna call for a vote. And we do that roll call, is that right?
Sure.
And you have, so state your reason for which way to vote and your vote. So, go ahead.
Board Member Browning?
Yes, I am going to vote in the affirmative to approve this. I believe that the such location, size, and character is in harmony with the appropriate and orderly development of the surrounding neighborhood. I think this neighborhood has gone through some very tough transitions. It's a neighborhood that is coming back, and I like what they're doing, and I think this would be appropriate to approve, so I'm voting in the affirmative.
Board Member Forbes?
I vote in the affirmative as well, based on the language that we use to judge variances. I see no issue.
Board Member Gale?
I am voting in the affirmative. I find support with the one neighbor, with somebody that lives close by, and I didn't see the person that was upset early being here to make any comments.
Board Member Hammond?
I will vote to approve the variance, as it appears the variance is in harmony with the rest of the neighborhood character.
All right, the motion has been approved.
It has been approved for you. So at this time, is there any old business before the board? I don't believe there is.
Public comment.
Oh, we got public comment now, just plain old anything comment. So you're welcome to, if you wish, you don't have to, but is there, we're open for public comment?
I'd just like to say thank you, guys.
Okay.
Thank
Second
you.
time.
And the same, I'd like to say thank you, guys.
Okay.
Made the right choice.
Second time for public comment. Third and final time, we'll close our public comment. We're now at old business. Is there any old business that we need to take care of We don't see anything, so I need a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second?
Been moved to second. Is there any discussion? We're adjourned.